Welcome to episode number 60. That's it, the big 6-0. Hey, have you ever felt overwhelmed and that feeling and that cloud just won't go away and you want to have a little bit of calm and peace in your life, but you don't know what to do? Well, in this episode, I'm going to give you a strategy to help get rid of that anxiety, get rid of the overwhelmed, and help get that peaceful feeling back into your life. Stay tuned. So the big question is, how do ambitious people like us, who grew up listening to the old advice of go to school, work hard for 40 years, and retire when you're old, create a life today that is meaningful, abundant, healthy, and brings joy, while also leading a life that is productive and full of achievement? That is the question, and this is the podcast that will help give you the answers that you're searching for. My name is Del Denny, and welcome to the Upgrade Your Life podcast. Welcome to the Upgrade Your Life podcast. This is Del Denny here. And today I want to talk about a little bit about overwhelm. And, you know, it seems to be very easy to get burnt out. It's very easy to feel overwhelmed with all these things that we have to do, in our society. There's so much that we have to do. We have to keep up with the Joneses, as most people feel like they have to do. I'm not saying that we should do that, but you see that happen a lot. But with all the things that are expected of us, we're expected to eat healthy, we're expected to be good parents, we're expected to pay our bills, pay our taxes, show up on time, brush our teeth, whatever it may be, right? There's a lot of things that are expected of us, and things are constantly being put on our plate. And so there's this feeling of overwhelm that can come upon us. Well, something that is interesting about overwhelm is we can feel the effects of it, but we never really exactly identify what is causing us, what's triggering us to feel overwhelmed. We look at all these things, we feel these things, and it feels like it's a cloud over us. And so the question is, when we're feeling overwhelmed, what can we do to have that feeling go away? So I want to give you just one little strategy here that helps with overwhelmed. I know yesterday, as I was getting back to normal life, just coming back from vacation, Monday, I'm back to the grind, so to speak. There's a lot of stuff that was on my plate yesterday. And so what are the things that I do that helps me? What are things that I coach the people I work with to do when they're feeling overwhelmed? And this is just a simple process. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, the best thing to do is to identify exactly what is overwhelming you. And you might say, well, I've got all these things. I've got all these things that I've got to do. But get your pen out, get your paper out, and write out exactly what it is that's overwhelming you. And what's in your mind is, you might think, I've got 50 things that are overwhelming me. But when you actually get pen and paper out and you start writing down what is overwhelming you, it may be like 2 things, maybe 3 things. And you'll realize when you put pen to paper, the things that are overwhelming you isn't so grand as you thought they were. You were giving too much energy to those things that were weighing you down. And so, like yesterday, I had a lot on my plate, so to speak, and as I was thinking about I know I have all these pressing things that I have to do, but as I wrote pen to paper, I realized, gosh, there's one thing that I really need to get done, and that's going to take me 30 minutes to get done. And so why am I letting hours go by, dwelling on this overwhelm, when really, when I looked at pen to paper, it's a 30-minute project that's causing me hours of anguish. And I'm using that more as a hypothetical. I'm embellishing it a little bit, but that's what happens a lot when we have this feeling of overwhelm, is we're giving too much energy to the things that we need to do. And that's why we've talked about on the podcast how important is creating tasks to do, usually having 3 tasks to do. Once you knock those out, boom, you're done, and that overwhelmed feeling can go away. So anyways, I hope that helps for today. If you're ever feeling overwhelmed and you need a little piece of calm, this is a great strategy to do. So just when you're feeling overwhelmed, get pen and paper out, write down exactly everything that's overwhelming you, and you'll see that list isn't very big at all. And then find that thing that's causing the overwhelm on that list and just go tackle it, knock it out, and you'll feel your overwhelm leave. So anyways, that's it, my friends. That's today's edition of the Upgrade Your Life podcast. I hope this helps. And remember, learn, lead, and live to your full potential. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the show on iTunes to get automatic episode updates for the Upgrade Your Life podcast. And finally, please take a minute to leave us an honest review and rating on iTunes. Your feedback really helps us out when it comes to the ranking of the show, and I make it a point to read every single one of the reviews that we get. So thanks for listening. Thanks for joining me on the Upgrade Your Life podcast. Have a great day.